Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes with Great East Space. I'm here today for the next installment of Road to Glory, which is my series where I am kind of showing you behind the scenes of what my SoRare journey looks like. Some tips that I'm learning as I go that I'll share with you guys, some mistakes that I make that I'll share with you guys so you can hopefully avoid those same mistakes. But yeah, it's been a good series so far, so happy to keep this going. We're here on the homepage of SoRare, and you'll see they've actually got these new K-League cards, the 2021 K-League cards that came out. A couple of cool things about it. So the design, right? They added some texture and some depth, which I think looks really cool. And then they added the rookie card logo. So kind of pulling from sports cards with that. It's something that collectors really like, makes it a little bit more collectible, adds some value, especially if, the player ends up going on to be, a high level performer. So I think that's really cool. And I think they did a great job with these cards. But yeah, we can jump in here. We've got some game weeks to talk about, which is exciting. Been a while with the international break, so I've only got one team competing this week. As you guys know, I've sold off most of my Asia League players, and I haven't even delved into the European teams yet. I'm pretty much just MLS, but I do have a few Asia League guys that I've got in here with Alisson as my common keeper. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I can hit the EAT threshold and get a little bit of bonus from that, so that would be exciting. And then looking ahead to next week, not going to be much going on there either. I've just got my rookie league team going. So maybe we'll pick up a common goalie. That would be the goal, especially a U23 one. That would be really nice. But anyways, waiting for MLS. That's, anticipation's killing me. I'm very competitive, so I want to be in these game weeks. I see everyone else putting their lineups in, and it's killing me not to be able to. But on the budget I had, I needed to be deliberate with it and get guys who, I can build a really strong team with, which I think I can do in the MLS. So that's what I've done. Talking about my team, right? So my gallery over here, not a lot's changed. I picked up a couple keepers. So Cody Cropper, we'll talk about him first, because I think this was the big one for me. I've got, let's see, let me filter this down here. Looking at my goalies, I've got two main ones. I've got Maxime Crepeau and Przemysław Titan. So these are the two starters that I've got, and I'm kind of relying on for the year. Titan scares me a little bit. I mean, he's a locked-in starter. He's the cheapest locked-in starter you can get. But at the same time, goalie's kind of a fickle position. Like, if someone has a bad run of games, the second stringer might get an opportunity. And especially with Titan being 34 years old now, that just worried me a little bit. So I picked up Cody Cropper. That's his backup. He's 0.14 now. He'll probably drop down once the season starts, assuming that Titan's the starter. But it just, it's going to help me sleep better at night knowing that, if something does happen to Titan, whether that's injury, whether that's he loses form and gets replaced, I've got his backup. So, I've got two goalies for Cincinnati now, so I've got that pretty much locked up. I'll probably try and do the same with Crepeau eventually. His backup, Thomas Hasal, is a little bit more expensive right now. He's 21 years old, so I think some people might be investing for the future in him, but also potentially he wins the starting gig. I don't think he will. Maxime's the favorite. But anyways, so once the season starts, hopefully Hasal's prices will come down, and I'll probably try and pick up a copy of his, just so I have the starter and the backup. It's a little bit of an insurance policy more than anything. It's not like I'll be starting them anyways. I'm going to be putting two teams forward for the most part, All-Stars Division 4 and Champions America Division 4. So I don't need a third starting goalie. So I can just take that and kind of, the money that I could put into a third goalie and get the backups for these guys. And Cropper, he's 28 now. He could develop into a starting goalie. Maybe Titan starts this year and then leaves, and then Cropper's the starting goalie after. So just a bit of long-term planning and kind of protecting myself, decreasing some of the risk that could be out there. So, and then Brad Knighton's the other one I picked up. So excited to pick up Brad Knighton for 0.027. Obviously, the price of ETH right now has gone crazy. If you're like me and you're working mostly in fiat, using a credit card or debit card to make your payments and make your purchases on here, it's really been a killer. I need to get invested, into some ETH and just put that into the account. It's just, not necessarily the easiest thing to do that from a timing perspective. If you buy on Coinbase, it has to sit for 7 days before you can put it in. And I just haven't had the funds to be able to do that, honestly. So this is kind of the approach I'm taking. But anyways, I think Brad Knighton, so he plays for New England. He's the backup there. Matt Turner is one of the best goalies in the MLS. He's so good, in fact, that he'll be on the U.S. men's national team, expected to be, and they'll have some international competitions over the summer. So when he's gone, the thought is Brad will be the backup. And if so, I'll picked up a starting goalie for .027. And at that point, maybe some people will pick up the Matt Turner card when the 2021 cards come out. He's not minted in 2020. Or, someone else gets injured or something and needs a fill-in goalie. If Brad Knighton's starting at that point, he'll probably jump up and, maybe be worth .1, .2, maybe a little bit more, who knows. So seems like a really low-risk investment. At the absolute worst, he gives me another goalie that I can put into my training and just get another lineup submitted over there. So seems like a pretty low-risk, high-reward investment. Not financial advice, just kind of the way that I was thinking about it as I was putting that together. So Cody Cropper, I mentioned him being the backup for Titan. There's still a copy of him out on the market for $143. I paid $1.4. If anybody else is interested, I know I've been recommending Titan. So that was kind of my thought process. But like I said, another copy out here at $143. He's been going around 1.4, 1.3, 1.15. Had one at 2.2. So I just think, not the worst idea if you just want to give yourself some peace of mind. Try and maybe pick him up. The other thing I thought was cool is SoRare Mega. So I haven't been really involved in the third-party game platforms yet. I did One Shot, the Ubisoft game, which I think is a great game. But SoRare Mega is a new one for me. They just released a couple new game modes, which I thought was really cool and kind of expanded the audience a little bit. So they've had, I think Mega 8 was the first one they did, which is essentially you put an 8-player team forward. Mega 3 is a little bit different. So you can just put any 3 players forward. And you don't have to have a goalie. So you can use, your lineup. I've only got 2 guys competing next week, so it doesn't matter. But you can put 3 guys on your team, 3 field players, defender, midfielder, forward, and you get submitted into this. And I think it's the top 2 they pay out with a rare card reward. So it's my first week competing in it, but I just think it's cool. Another way to use your cards. It doesn't cost anything extra. You've already got the cards. So pretty cool to be able to just hop in here and plug them into a different game. But yeah, One Shot League, that is week 3, I believe, is kicking off today. So I got my lineup set there. Hope you guys did the same. It starts in an hour and 16 minutes. So I'll try and get this video published quick. Hopefully this is a reminder for maybe a couple people out there. I'm going heavy on Club Bruges this week. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Looking forward to creating a lot more good content. I promise you guys I'm going to get a mic. I know it's been pretty bad. My computer is really bad. It's, it shuts down 10 times a day, the blue screen of death. It's been a real pain. So I'm trying to save up for a new laptop, and I was hoping there would be a new mic with that, and that would just kind of fix the problem. But it looks like that still might be a little ways out because I keep investing all my money into SoRare. So, whoops, makes it hard to buy a computer. But anyways, I'll get a mic. I'm on vacation next week. I'm going to be filming a bunch of content over the next 2 days that I'll kind of have ready to release over the next week while I'm gone. And then when I come back, I'll get a mic and the content will start improving, better audio. So appreciate you guys sticking with me. Appreciate all the positive feedback I've been getting, all the comments down on the questions. Keep them coming. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all stay safe and have a great weekend.